Hey everyone, how's it going? So, here's the story. I went on Facebook Marketplace, and well, let's go back. I saw that JHS Pedals did a review of Behringer pedals, and that's a cool company. I can't afford their pedals right now, but I will be buying from them. JHS Pedals. And Josh over there did a review of Behringer pedals, and he actually gave pretty good glowing review of like their Tune Screamer and other pedals. So I went on, I got a bunch of targeted ads for Sweetwater, which big ups to Sweetwater. That's a Fort Wayne, Indiana company. Didn't know they're not far from me, but I went on their website and because they were having a sale on Behringer pedals, and I bought a Tube Screamer, well, the clone Behringer on JHS's recommendation, and Sweetwater had these things for $19 with free shipping. So I bought it. 10 minutes later, Sweetwater calls or rep, and they're like, "We just want you to know that these are back ordered." And the guy was really cool, crazy good customer service. So big ups to Sweetwater, big ups to JHS. And so I'm waiting on that, but I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking for cheap guitars to practice fret leveling on, which I got one of those videos coming on a Goodwill guitar, so look for that. And I'm on Facebook Marketplace and I see that there's a guy that's got this for $15. Says it's like new, works great, only used a few times. I'm thinking, well, I'll support the guitar community, and I message him. Well, actually, it was, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll sell it to you for $15." So I pick it up. Timothy Pauly of Warren, who apparently is a piece of shit, because he knew that he broke the jack off. Jack off, nice. He broke the input jack in the pedal, and the asshole didn't say it. So who knows how long he used it. But he just tells me, just kind of, I should have known. I looked the pedal over, I didn't test it. Thinking $15, the guy seems nice. He says it's brand new, practically. And he tells me, make sure you put both guitar cords in or else the power won't come on. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but, I'm being nice. Thinking, this is just the guitar community, sharing pedals, doing things. I get home, plug it all in, lights up, no sound. I check my guitar cords. It's not the cords, but I notice the output jack will not go all the way in. That's when I look inside, and there is the head buried deep in the plug, broken off. You can barely tell that it's in there, but if you look at the other side, you can tell there's definitely something in there. That's why the plug won't go all the way in. I message the guy, give him the benefit of the doubt, say, hey, is there a trick to this or something, just to see what he says. Immediately comes back with, oh, I had a bad cable. Maybe it accidentally broke off in there. Maybe you should look down in there with a flashlight. That's when I tell him, yeah, you knew all along that's what it was. Thanks for scamming me. Guy never responds back. So I disassemble this thing after trying to use hemostats, pliers, everything to try and get that thing out. 3 days I tried different techniques. It was down in there, way down in there. And the way this is set up, you can't just take this off. It's pretty easy to get these apart, but you can't, to get the actual board off. And this is soldered in. I don't know if I damaged anything trying to get that thing out. We'll find out in a few minutes. But I try hemostats. Can't grip it. Try needle nose pliers. They're too wide to get down in there. I buy some cheap picks from Harbor Freight. Can't grab a hold of it because of the angle. Try snap ring pliers. Still not, they're not long enough to get all the way down in here. The thing's clear down in here. So I'm thinking, what can I do? I try a screw extractor. My screw extractor was too small. Doesn't grip it. So then I put a screw down in there, and I just try to screw and grab a hold of it, and I feel something pull. I pull out, and it's the black O-ring on it. The metal part's still lodged in there. Oh man. So I try some super glue on a bolt. Let's try super glue on a screw. Both times it dries, locks in, pull on it, pulls the screw, pulls the bolt. Still lodged in there. And I'm like, dang it. 4 days later, I happened to just say, screw it, and I'm going to drill the thing. And I drill and I drill and I drill, and I notice I'm getting metal shavings starting to come. So I know I'm getting into the actual plug itself, hoping that I'm not damaging this inside. I pull it out. I put super glue on the end of this screw right here, shove it in there, let it wait all night, pull it out this morning, and bam, finally got the damn thing. So now I'm going to put this thing together and see if it works. And the first thing you got to do is we got to put this little metal backing back on there. There's just a few screws, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and then there's a third one that goes on there somewhere. I think it's on the bottom. So 2 from the top part, and oh, it's from the side. Then this goes, this goes over, and this screws in from the side and holds it. So very easy to get these things apart. The hardest part is pulling these off. These pull off hard, and each one of these is a little bit different, so you got to look at the inside of that, match it up. But I'll put this thing back together. Said 3 screws, 1, 2, 1 on the side, and then these are compression, holds that on. Spring goes right there. Boom. Put it back together and see what happens here in a second. Okay, so I was a little bit off, but basically the bottom fits into the metal piece fits in the bottom plastic. This just slides over the top. You have 2 small screws on the back holding it all together, and then 2 on the bottom. Well, I guess I got to do another thing, but the 2 longer screws go in right there. Want to start one, go to the other one, go back, because they kind of screw in hard. And then your smaller ones go back here. So again, you want to go back and forth, like put one in, just to get it in to hold it, go to the other one, squeeze. The other one went right in. And once I got that one in, you can back that one out a little bit, get it in there so it's nice and flush again. Now put the battery in, put the lid back, the cover back on, and see if this thing works. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but these 3, 1, 2, and 4 have this, getting a shadow here, sorry about that. It's just your kind of half circle. This third one's got a little groove in it, and it's got a different end. See, the 3, let's see if you can see that, just have 2. The one in the middle there has, well, there's an extra little, maybe I put it on the wrong one. We'll find out. Well, crap. Hold on. Alright, so I got it back together. knobs are on, but I forgot the spring. So if you want to get this off, you got to push that in, push that in. It's a compression piece. It's plastic, so be careful, and then this will lift off. Okay, so major setback. Got this thing all completely back together. Put the cord into the output, which was where the broken tip was. Went in fine. Put the other cord into the input, which was the good input, and you could not get it in there at all. That's my dog creeping in. And basically took it all apart to make sure I didn't pinch anything, and nothing was wrong physically with except for the jacks. I'm thinking something pulled between these two, since you need both in there to turn the battery on. Something pulled this way with the old head. So I've been going back and forth with inputs, and I finally got to where I can get both in. It's really hard now on both sides, but we'll try to put it back together and see what happens. Hey everyone, I realized almost 2 years later, because I started this video during COVID, or right before COVID hit, that I never finished it. Or at least I don't think I ever finished it and published it. But, you know, since then I'm sure everyone's kind of messed around with their stuff. Like, I got this right here to try and fix. I never did get the Goodwill guitar out, but that thing ended up really nice. But, so I just wanted to quickly show you that it is actually now functioning. I got my little stupid acoustic practice amp sitting here and two really crappy cords plugged into it, and I got on my lap my Fender Mini, or Squire Mini I should say. You can hear I've got everything on. This little amp doesn't, and I don't know if it's the amp or if it's the Squire or the cords. It kind of sounds like garbage right now, but I just wanted to prove to you guys that it did work. You know, so you got it's off. Some terrible noise coming out of there. Everything is just dimed. I totally forgot about this, so I'm not really working on tone or nothing. This sounds like absolute trash, but it does work, and I have had it dialed in and used one of my better amps, better guitars, and it sounded actually pretty nice. Famous skipper key. But it does work. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.